Hi everyone, it's Michelle here from 3Ps, and today I just wanted to share with you another fall project. And today it was making wall signs, or signs that you can make from or for your house. Now I've got two different signs going on here, so I'm going to start with the first one here on the left. And it's going back to these apples that I've used in quite a few projects recently. And again, I just wanted to see what else I could come up with using these. And for fall harvest time, you know, there's a lot of fall apples around. So what I did was, the first thing I tried working on, and which is how I made this sign here, I took the apples and I just laid it down and I traced them on some white cardstock. And it created, you know, like a clustered effect. So it wasn't actually using these per se on here, but it was just using it as a template. And then I took that and I inked it. I inked it a bunch of times. I sprayed it with some glimmer mist and just really filled it in to where it looks like this. And it's got a little green, a little brown, some red hues, and I just kind of blended in a bunch of inks. And then once I was done with that, I sprayed the whole apple. Now I didn't spray the sign, I just sprayed the apple part. So the apples have got kind of a glimmery thing going on. And then I stuck these leaves you get at Dollar Tree. And I stuck some of these on there. And I made my own alphas that I'd shown in a previous video, where I took this scrap paper here and I just punched out a bunch of circles. And I just used stencils. Show you the stencils. I used these to spell out the word fall. And I did edge them a little bit, or I tried to edge them a little bit in some brown ink, and then I went over that with a black Sharpie to kind of give them some definition. And then this part back here is just some little 1-inch circles. I think they're 1-inch circles. Let me check. Yeah. They're just some 1-inch or some circles that I punched out and just stuck them in there. It's like a gingham paper. You see there. And I just stuck them down behind there to create that effect. So that's how that looks. Yeah. And then, let's see. The paper in the background is actually just the scrap piece. It was a 12 by 12 sheet. And a while ago, you know, the kids at the house had drawn on this piece, but I wanted to keep the leaf part. So that's what I ended up doing. I ended up using one side of it that had these leaves on it, and then I colored that in. I just did some black ink around the edges, and I can't remember. I don't think I sprayed that, though. I may have. And then I just mounted all of this on a thin piece of orange foam, which is right behind it, the kind that you get at like Dollar Tree. Let's see. Yeah. I just took some foam. I took the orange color and I put it behind this big piece so that it kind of made it thick a little bit. And then using, I showed in another video, these file folders that they have right now at Dollar Tree is what I used for this background to give it an orange look. So it's all paper, so metal, wood, nothing like that. It's just a paper sign. There is the foam in there, but the rest of it's all paper. Got these leaves. So yeah, I thought that turned out pretty cute. Something that, you know, it was pretty inexpensive. And a metal sign made like this would be pretty expensive to buy. So I think it'll look about the same up on my wall. Obviously not metal, but. And then another thing I did was this here, tinkering with what I could do with these apples. And that's these. I did actually use them. I stuck them together. Well, the back is kind of, but I stuck them together and glued it down on a piece of cardstock. So I just got a white piece of cardstock, and then I just layered the apples down. So like, I just did them like this. I just layered them together, going down like this, and then I adhered them. I glued the back of them, and then I glued them down onto the white cardstock, and then smoothed and rolled it out and made sure it was nice and flat and let it dry. Once that was dry, then I took it and I started inking everywhere. I did a green hue along this side and then some red and brown on this side. And then I just traced it with a red Sharpie around the edges, and then I re-inked it again so that the Sharpie was kind of muted. And then I sprayed it. I took this and then I sprayed the whole thing. Yeah. So I did it like this, and then I trimmed it out. I fussy cut it out and trimmed out, excuse me, all the apples. And so I haven't made a sign from this yet. I let it, made sure it was good and dry, and it's very dry, right? You know, but it's very shiny. So I may just leave it exactly like this, not add anything to it. I kind of like the stacked apples. But that was something else that, I'm getting dry now, I did with these apples. So it went from this to this. So that was an idea I had, or something I played around with. So there's that sign using the little apples, a couple variations here. So yeah, I mean, I could very easily take this setup here and do the exact same thing. Cut me out some letters and put it on here. So either way works. So there's that. Then the next thing that I did was, y'all have seen in some other videos where I make the little 3-tier signs that I like to change out periodically, and it's using these coupon organizers that I get at Dollar Tree, and I think they come 10 for $1. And I just like sliding in different signs into these, and I have one hanging up in the hallway between my kitchen and living room. So, and I just change out the little panels, and it's pretty easy, and it looks pretty cute up on the wall. So this one that I've made turned out like this. So it turned out like this. And the thing I like about this orange one, again, using the file folder that I got at Dollar Tree, the thing I like about this orange is that come Halloween, I didn't do anything to the back yet, but come Halloween time, if I wanted to go ahead for Halloween, I could just simply flip this over and decorate something on the back for Halloween. So for right now, this will be up for September. And it says, Welcome Autumn. Again, I cut out these alphas myself. And on this case, I used a piece of white cardstock and I stamped some brown ink. And then I just punched out the amount of letters that I would need. And so it's a variety of different shades of brown. And it kind of almost looks like wood, little wood lettering. And then I edged it. I did a blue ink for a blue Sharpie like this. It's like a navy color. And that's what I used on the alphas, are the stencils to spell out, Welcome Autumn. And then I went around the edge with the same Sharpie around the circle. And then I kind of did some black ink on the edges as well. And then I just embellished it. I did pick up, this is actually what I picked up yesterday or the day before. It might have been the day before. I picked up this little pack they were 50% off. I got it for $1. It's 2 sheets, and it's got both, it says give thanks. It's got some Thanksgiving type words like gobble, family, but it's also got, fall words like autumn, falling leaves. It's got some acorns, so, harvest. So I'm going to use these now for this, and I'll probably use these later for some Thanksgiving ideas. So I've got this here, and if I, another video I did was where I showed I made some tags. I definitely would use these to make tags or maybe little placeholders or cards or something like that, but I just picked this up. So a lot of these projects I had already made. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people go through the same thing. You make something, and then right when you're done making it, you go to the store and you find something. You're like, oh, I wish I'd seen that sooner. So, but for this here, I was able to add in the word harvest here, a little acorn. Now this stamp here is a fall stamp that I have. This has got a pumpkin. I showed it on a card, my card making fall cards that I did the same kind of, you know, I stamped out the pumpkins along with the word fall, and then I kind of traced the edges of the word fall with a thin tipped green Sharpie to kind of give it some emphasis on the words. So that's in the background. I did that first. I did that in the background, and then I colored in the pumpkin completely. I did the stem and the edges. I traced everything with the green Sharpie, then colored it in. I did the leaf here and the flower, and I added some centers to these flowers. Again, using some scraps that I had, using my little circle punch, my little mini circle punch, and I punched out some little circles. And I stuck those down. They have the little sticky paper on the back that I like to use on, well, pretty much everything. So I just used my little circle and punched it out. And then I had one lonely little leaf left out of the Dollar Tree pack that I bought. So I stuck this on the sign. It was all by himself. So I guess they had an autumn out in there. Or I had just, like I said, I had just this one little guy left over. So I added it to the sign as well. And then I just put in some little acorns, and that says, I don't know if you can see that, but it says falling leaves and autumn, harvest. So yeah, I thought that turned out pretty cute. And then what I'll do, this is just an example, but I have one up on my, like I said, on my wall, but I'll just slide these in here like this. Now the one that's up on my wall, I trimmed, this is not here. I trimmed this off, and it just looks like a sign up on the wall. But it's in kind of a high traffic area, and it keeps, you know, like when if the kids are here and they're playing, or, you know, they don't get anything on it. And plus it's easy to change out. And it gives me something, you know, crafty to do. So it'll end up like this, and it'll be up on the wall. And I think it just looks pretty cute. And it's a way for me to have a 3-tier sign, because I like the look of the 3-tier signs, but without having to hook a new sign together, you know, with chains or something like that. You could always probably punch some holes and do like yarn or ribbon or something, but this is pretty easy for me, just slipping the boards in and then taking them out. And then I can easily flip this around come Halloween and completely decorate the back for Halloween. So yeah, you could also probably do these for each season. Like if you want to do, you know, fall, winter, summer, and spring, you could do something that has like right now we're coming into fall, which is September, October, November. You could do something that says September, October, November, and then you would just change this out for each season. So you could theoretically just make 2. Because on the front you could have September, October, November, and on the back for winter you could have December, January, February, and do like a winter theme. Maybe not an orange, but you know what I mean. You could redecorate the back for a winter theme. So that was an idea I was thinking about as well. But for right now, I usually change them out every 2 months. So for right now, I'll do a September, October, and then I'll do a November, December for Thanksgiving and then Christmas. So there's this sign here, little 3-tier sign, and then again this other one that I did with the apples. So I thought these both turned out pretty cute. I'm enjoying making all these little fall decorations and things that I've been putting up around my house, and they're turning out pretty cute. So yeah, thanks so much for watching today, everyone, and I hope I gave you some creative ideas that you can use to create some fun and decorative fall signs for your home. Everyone, thanks for watching, and y'all have a great day.